this is Noah with Geek Powers, but I am here at Myth and Legends Con interviewing, not literally.
Yep.
So my first question is, how did you guys come to meet, and how did you start all this?
Well, it starts with us. I was for 5 summers employed at the Renaissance Festival on CAS, the Colorado Renaissance Festival, and then one of the years, in fact my last year, Ginny auditioned for the group. So we sang together at the Renaissance Festival for a year and became great friends. And then after we were both done doing that, Ginny started.
I did a really silly video, and it kind of took off, and people wanted to see more Harry Potter videos and stuff, so I asked Dana if she wanted to help me make some more.
And I said, you're darn right I do.
And literally days later, we just ran into Eric we met him for the first time at a 48-hour film festival screening, and he was like, I love making these videos, let's do that. So that's how it happened.
It was very fortunate.
Yeah.
So who picks the film locations? Do you or do?
We all do it. We all. It's usually based on what we want our video to look like, and then we go out and scout locations, try to find what works best for the visuals in the video. So it usually ends up being a lot of driving around, seeing what's going to work and seeing what doesn't, and then nailing it down to see if we can shoot there.
Have you guys ever gotten to know that you can do that location or kicked off a location?
Yeah, a couple times actually. For our Doctor Who video, we were shooting downtown, and there are a bunch of plazas there, and almost all of them are public property, but the one that we decided to shoot in, we thought was public and it wasn't. And so we were setting up our TARDIS.
A bank or something?
Yeah, so we were setting
Security
up...
guard got mad.
Yeah, we were setting up our TARDIS, and they're like, hey, you can't shoot here, so we had to move over a block. But yeah, it definitely happens.
So we know that your reasoning for the fandom that inspired you, but what really inspired you to really want to do this? I mean, really what made you want to do this?
I think the way that all of us have always been about things that we love is that we want to get involved with them. I know there are people who, when they love something, they want to watch the show over and over, or they want to, read interviews and see behind-the-scenes stuff. But for us, the way we've always wanted to get involved with things is to participate.
In the thick of it.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of fan art and stuff like that. You wanna create things to do with the things you love. And making music videos just was like a natural extension of that desire. We're creative people, and when we love something, we want to create about it.
And plus, we all live on the internet pretty much full time. Yeah. So the idea of being able to participate in the internet community as a whole was pretty appetizing.
So when you hear a song, do the lyrics just come to you?
Yes. Yes. Usually while I'm in traffic.
That's awesome.
We'll be listening to music, sometimes together, sometimes separately. We'll just be singing along or something, listening in the car, and all of a sudden it'll be like, what if we did this? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Awesome. So how do you make your own costumes for the videos? Because I was seeing a lot of awesome costumes.
Sometimes. Some of them we have. For instance, in the Hunger Games video, the prep team's smocks and that kind of stuff. Effie's costume we kind of thrifted, but the prep team smocks I made, and then most of our Harry Potter costuming we've gotten from Audubon's Master Wand Makers. They're our costuming sponsor, and they send us sweaters and ties and awesome stuff like that. It's amazing. I don't know what we would do without all of that. And then more recently we've been hiring costumers to do stuff, so in Game of Thrones most of the costumes were made by Kitty Carell made the Cersei dress, and Mandy Reese made the Arya costume. Just local cosplayers generally who we approach about helping us out. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I always noticed this awesome costumes on the character I used to know. I really love that.
That's a great costume.
Yeah, I made the Daenerys one in that, but I started out. I have probably the most costuming experience out of the group, but I definitely not enough to do the kind of costumes that we're starting to need. So we've been moving away from that.
So, have you cosplayed other things other than videos?
Yeah, I had just gotten started into the cosplay community when we started the company, but I have some experience sewing, a lot of history sewing, but only a couple of years experience cosplaying. So definitely the kind of stuff like the Cersei dress was way out of my range. I'm really glad we had some really talented, amazing people to help us with that.
I love the way you guys look. You look almost exactly the character.
It was crazy.
How do you decide on which song you're going to parody?
That's kind of a process. It sort of depends on what song inspiration strikes for. like you're be driving along, you listen to the radio and you go, oh, this song would be perfect for this fandom or whatever. But then sometimes, like for the Gryffindor music video, it took us a long time to settle on the right song.
When you have the idea first, without the song, it's really hard to match it up to a song. There are so many songs out there to choose from, you know? And it's like, most of the time we have to feel a real spark with something.
Otherwise, it's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. You're like, work, and it doesn't work.
Okay.
We also pick based on, like, we want to pick things that are popular recently or that are still popular despite being older. Like, Katy Perry's California Girls is always going to be a thing people know, you know? And we also like to pick things that have come out recently because then you can capitalize on the hype from the song as well as the hype from the fandom.
And everybody loves that. Cause
Yeah,
it's like
and
really
people
awesome.
tend to like upbeat songs and like dance kind of songs, so we move towards those.
The anthems.
Yeah.
I really love the Sound of Silence one that you got parody made that. Yeah. Okay, aside from your music videos, you also do something called Asking Hogwarts. Where did you get this idea from?
We were like
We were
having a
on the
sleepover.
futon in your parents' basement.
Yeah, Dana used to live really far away, so she used to stay the night at my parents' house with me like all the time when we were working
So I wouldn't
on
have to drive home.
early stuff, so she didn't have to drive like 45 minutes to an hour back to her house. So we would stay up really late and we would talk and we'd get all slap happy and tired and stupid and we would laugh
And it
about
was
things
one
that
of
weren't
those
funny.
nights. It was like 1 a.m. and I was like,
What
what
if
if
we
we
did
did this? And she was like, yep, that's the thing we're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was seeing one where some girls asking from Peru. That's kind of awesome because it's like you know have other countries too. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, we get
do.
emails from all over the world, which is really fun.
Humbling.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, how many cons have you appeared at, or is MALCon your first con?
4, I think we've appeared. This is our 4th. But 2 of those were LeakyCon. So we were at LeakyCon 2 years ago, and then LeakyCon this last year. And then we appeared at Starfest for the first time this past year. And then this is our first. I mean, this is MALCon's first year, but it's also our first year at MALCon.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah, I love Starfest. That's an awesome con.
Yeah, we're definitely new to the con-going game as performers. Getting used to it.
That must be like a little bit of a shock because you're like everybody's like wanting to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's crazy.
different.
Yeah.
And we're not used to live performance of these songs.
Oh, that's
So-
what I was gonna ask too. Okay, we saw that you did a mini concert yesterday at what was it, Buccaneers Bash? Are you guys planning on doing more concerts or more appearances like that in the future?
It depends on the size of the con. Probably for stuff that's like the size of Starfest or this, but if we ever are fortunate enough to participate in like Denver Comic Con or something, we would probably keep it to a panel, probably.
Yeah. I don't know if we're quite to the level, I guess, of the kind of performers they have at bigger cons. But I mean, obviously that would be a goal. But yeah, we definitely, when people are interested in us performing, we love to. Yeah, that's a great opportunity.
What were you doing before this? Or are you still doing what you do?
We're still doing what we were doing before this. We can't make a living off of this yet. So, yeah, I was working at Starbucks when we first started this, and luckily I'm not doing that anymore, so now I'm working as a copy editor. And
I worked as, still working as a visual effects artist. I work at a studio in Littleton. And, yeah, we all still work full-time. So I'm doing that 9 to 5, and then when I get home, then it's like pick up whatever we got going on with it, literally.
It must kind of be hard trying to juggle everything. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go to school and work, so it's kind of like hard to do it all and
Yeah.
keep your channel up to date.
yeah. Well, and Dana used to be a full-time nanny, and now she's in a social media sales position, so we've all sort of, I mean, Eric was already in a great position, but we've sort of upgraded. But
Would
still
you,
not
would you guys
really
find it
good.
fun if you were to make money off this and like become really big?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our
totally
goal,
our goal.
actually. We want to be able to get big enough where we can go full-time and create videos, hopefully push out maybe 1 or 2 every month.
Yeah, if we could be full-time, that
Yeah.
would be totally feasible.
And that's our goal, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of work to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's kind of for you. How long does it take generally to film one of these videos and put it together?
Actual shooting is usually 3 or 4 days of shooting, but pre-production usually lasts a couple months. Just getting all your costumes together and your locations and your sets and getting your extras all scheduled so they can be at the same place at the same time usually takes a few months at least. Usually a few days of shooting, and then depending on how long the logging process takes, and then organizing all the footage and the editing, the visual effects, that can be anywhere from, I think our quickest turnaround was Honor District 12, which was about, yeah, I think it was about 12 days. And then I think our longest one was about 6 months of post-production, which was Gryffindors, I believe. Yeah.
Do you guys ever like laugh at stuff and you can't help it because it's just like too funny?
And cry. Yeah, I was gonna say more of the negative emotions.
Have you ever laughed while crying?
Because that's us in post-production.
Yeah.
Okay, I know they have stuff on the like links in the bottom of your site, but I thought maybe you guys would want to tell us. Where can people buy your music? What sites? Do you have your own site?
You can buy our music most easily on iTunes and on Bandcamp. We are listed on both of those places just as not literally, so if you just search it, we're the only one.
There are also links to any iTunes tracks in the description of any music video
So that you can find the specific one if you want. Or if you just go to the iTunes store, just search for us, and there we will be.
Yeah, we're also on Amazon.com, Spotify,
Rhapsody.
Yeah,
Rhapsody.
a few other ones.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
If you look for us, you'll probably find us. And then, yeah, that's, we also have some stuff that we offer in person. Like if you see us at a con, this weekend we are offering an unreleased single on a flash drive sampler that we're selling. So if people were interested in getting some more sort of more specific or like crazier or not released stuff, then like at a con would be a great place to do that.
And we do have a website. It's not-literally.com.
Yep, and all that information is available on there too, so if you forget.
So do you guys like also do merchandise or anything like that?
We do offer merchandise. We have our shop page on our website as well. We're right now in transition between some t-shirt printers, so we're hopefully going to have that straightened out this week. But yeah, we do t-shirts and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, I was seeing some t-shirts and really cool. What can you tell us of some of your upcoming projects, and where do you see yourself going with this in the future?
So we have another video that we just recently announced called I Ship It that should be coming out in October. And that one is, yep, that one will be out soon. And then we just finished our fundraiser for the Ravenclaw video, so the Ravenclaw video is our next major project that's on the line. We don't have an estimated release date for that yet, but we haven't started shooting it yet, so it won't be very soon.
We're still in the pre-production phase of getting everything organized.
Yeah. And then we have some plans for a Christmas special. We actually just launched a fundraiser, or Matt did. His name is Matt Elliott, and he's the Doctor Who, the 11th Doctor lookalike that we used in our 3-time parody. And he just launched a fundraiser to participate in our Christmas special Doctor Who video. So that will be cool.
Oh yeah. Do you see yourself doing anything like Shield or Avengers type?
We love the Avengers.
We love the Avengers. We don't have any plans currently, but I wouldn't write it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on when inspiration strikes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sitting down and interviewing with us. That's really awesome. Hopefully, it wasn't too weird.
No, thanks for
Oh,
having
not
us.
at all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and